Hello guys, welcome to the third episode of my Getting Out of Silver series. As you all know, an update dropped not too long ago changing the stats of some weapons, adding in droppable nades and made some changes to Dust 2. Well, most people see the changes to Dust 2 as negative, but I remember it as being like this in Counter-Strike Condition 0. So, feels a bit nostalgic, but whatever, that doesn't really matter. Anyway, since we're talking about getting out of silver, we must first talk about mistakes. Like I said in episode 1, there's no elo hell, everyone in silver is there for a reason. As a result, this episode will include me pointing out as many mistakes as I can find, and keep in mind that most of these mistakes are done by me subconsciously and thus will take a while before I get corrected. Without further ado, let's get into the gameplay. Well, since Dust 2 got updated, I'm gonna try it out. It's obvious.
Let's go, people!
Right off the bat, you can see that I'm already making a bunch of mistakes. First off, I bought the dualies. That's not the worst thing though. Just look at my crosshair placement. Those of you who are either new to the game or have no idea how to play are probably wondering, why is that a big mistake? Well, I think this clip should explain it better.
Look up! Okay, look the fuck up. If you play any other shooter, you're aiming for the center of mass, sometimes the ground. Bad. Keep your crosshairs precisely where someone's eyes would be. These guns are one-hit kill headshots, so assuming your enemy will kill you in 200 milliseconds, you need to shave off as many milliseconds as possible. If you're aiming somewhere else, first your brain has to process where he is, your wanker has to move towards his head, then click. Guess who won that fight?
Yeah, that should explain it. 1 minute. 1 minute. And yes, the dually still suck.
Throwing a grenade. Throwing smoke.
And here's mistake number 2. Having a grenade in hand while the enemy is peeking. I know that guy has flashed, and yet I still decided to go for the grenade. That was a dumb mistake. Long 2.
Long, go long.
Deploying flashbang. Flashbang. Incendiary out.
And here's mistake 3. I did not check the corners. As a result, I died. The end.
Terrorists win.
Fast forward 1 round and you have me doing this. I pushed through a smoke, which is dangerous enough on its own, because you can't tell what's on the other side. The enemy has a P90, which is a submachine gun, and going up close and personal like this is basically playing his game, so I deserve to die in that one really. Fast forward a few rounds and then we get this round. Both me and my enemy team made a mistake. One of them's gonna cost the round, but I think you can spot my mistake at this very moment. At this point, they know I'm in CT spawn and I have an AWP. So all they needed to do was not peek me and they would win the round easily without any more casualties. That is, however, not what they do. You'll see. This guy decided to peek straight into an AWP without even throwing a flashbang first. Rookie mistake. This guy would have gotten an easy kill if he had just used his AK instead of his knife. I was completely blind and there was nothing I could do. Instead, he tried to go for the knife to plunge me into the salt mines and got shot by a USP. I picked up the AK and dropped my AWP because it's a one-on-one retake and the AWP is not exactly the best weapon for a retake. This guy could have easily killed me as well if he had double peeked with his friends, but he wasted that chance. Now he's completely blind and in my crosshairs.
Go, go, go!
No kid!
Defusing the bomb.
And here's the round losing mistake you guys are looking for. I forgot to buy a defuse kit. I did tell you that you could spot the mistake at the very beginning of the round. I guess. Here's a little noob tip. If you're planning to flank people, hold shift to muffle your footsteps. We can all hear you coming if you don't, and don't be surprised if there's 5 people looking at you.
I am planting the bomb. Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win. Smoke!
Again, same advice as before. Don't make too much sound cues for the enemy to get. It's pretty obvious, I think. Behind the smoke.
Terrorists win. I'm throwing a flashbang. I am planting the bomb. Bomb has been planted.
CP, CP.
Burn!
Yes, up.
Terrorists win. Bomb has been planted.
And this guy just perfectly demonstrated why you shouldn't push through smokes. He couldn't tell where I was, so his crosshair was pointed at the wrong place.
Terrorists win.
Well, despite all the mistakes, that was not a hard game to win. Oh wait, I forgot there's one more mistake. I did not use my utility much. So essentially I've been wasting my money. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed and see you in the next one, I guess.